It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Mikkeller in Denmark, and this is the American Dream. It's an India Pale Lager coming in at 4.7% ABV in a 330 milliliter can. I picked this up in Marks and Spencer. Marks and Spencer seem to be the preferred kind of launch for Mikkeller beers here in the UK. I'm going to say though, I'm pretty sure I've had American Dream before, but it was in a 500ml can, and it was like a browny ruby coloured can, and it was I think it was a dry hopped lager if I remember rightly. So it's interesting to see this is an India Pale Lager. It's a different style of beer, but they've kept with the same name, changed the style a little bit. I'd be interested to see, or interested, should I say, to see what we get from this beer. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening, beer in the glass. Giving it a big rigorous pour. I know it's a lager, but I wanted to use one of these kind of goldfish bowl type glasses, these Belgian beer style glasses. My good friend Tomek Kapira from Poland there, Brava Kapira and Brava Vidova. 2-finger white head, slightly off white head, amber in colour. Let's get the aroma. I wanted to use the glass because of the aroma. I wanted to pull a big aroma from this India Pale Lager. I didn't want any excuses, like you've used the wrong glass or you've used a lager glass, you're not going to get the same great aromas, because, well, the beer that I had before, the American Dream, I remember being bonkersly good. But I remember paying a lot of money for it. I think the can was about £6 or £7 for the can. Whereas now, I know it's a slightly smaller can at 330 milliliter. You can pick this can up for around £2 in Marks and Spencer. So I'm wondering, with the reduction in the price and 170 litres lost because it's a 330, not a 500 ml can, will there be a difference? Will there be a difference? It smells okay. It definitely smells okay. It smells more like an IPA than a lager. It's quite sweet. It's quite citrusy. Peppery and spicy. There's a bit of raisin coming through on this beer. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. IPL, India Pale Lager, 4.7% ABV. He's drinking more like an ale. Look at it. It looks like an ale. The colour. Look at the colour of the beer. I mean, look at the lacing. It doesn't remind me of a lager. It reminds me of an ale. It smells like an ale. It drinks like an ale. It's okay. I quite like it. I have fond memories of being in Mikkeller's bar in Copenhagen with my good friend Peter, the master of hoppets, and having a really good time in Denmark. I'm drinking great Mikkeller beer. I'm drinking his beer as well. His Two-Faced Brewing Company beers, which they were terrific. They were really good. But I remember enjoying the Mikkeller beers and having a good time. And it's almost like trying to not let your memories of what Mikkeller was. I think I'm ready to say where I am with this. Mikkeller used to be a fantastic quality brewer of premium quality beer, which you would pay a real big premium for. It was quite expensive to buy Mikkeller beer back in the day. And I think Mikkeller realised this. I think when Mikkeller bought the Alesmith brewery in America, and it didn't, apparently, I don't know, I'm from the other side of the world, but I heard on the grapevine that the brewery didn't do very well when they bought it. They had to have a change of tact. They had to reduce the price of their beer. They had to make their beer more accessible for American markets, UK markets. Scandinavian beer is very expensive to buy. It's very good. It's a very good beer, but it's very expensive to buy. And you can only convince a small percentage of the population to buy really expensive beer. Unfortunately, in the wine world, people will buy wine for thousands of pounds. And then people will buy wine for a few pennies in France. It's a funny one. It's a funny balance. I think Mikkeller maybe wanted to go down the line of we're going to sell our beer really expensively. But at the same time, there just wasn't a market for it. Beer has always been the common man's drink. And I don't think there will ever be a brewery, I mean, please tell me if I'm ever wrong on this, but I don't think there will ever be a brewery that will produce beers for thousands of pounds. I just don't think there's a market for it. I think beer will always be the working man's drink, which is absolutely fine with me. But you can taste the quality difference in this beer. It's almost like Mikkeller have taken a step back. They've gone, right, okay, we can't sell this beer for £10 a can in the UK anymore. People are just not buying it. So we're going to change our method, change our style, sell it to a quality supermarket in Marks and Spencer's for £2 a can, but reduce the quality down a little bit. And in some aspects that's a shame. In some aspects that's a real shame, because I think some beers, some niche beers are worth that £10 a can. Some beers are incredibly terrific for that price point. But I don't think you'll ever have a massive market for it. So it's like Mikkeller kind of like, it's almost like they knelt down to the pressures of producing mass-produced beer, which they are now doing. But it's still pretty decent supermarket mass-produced beer. Great lacing on the glass, great look to the beer. As an IPA, an IPL, an India Pale Lager, it's nowhere near a lager. It's nowhere near a lager. If you're buying this to be a lager, then you're miles off. Let's get it to focus so I can absolutely... Yeah, if you're buying that for a lager, you're a million miles away. So rating, I'm going to give it 2 ratings. 2 ratings for the beer. First of all, I'm going to rate it as a lager. As a lager, it's miles off. It's miles off. It's a 4 out of 10. As an ale, as an IPA, or a session IPA, 4.7% ABV, it's pretty good. It's a 7. 7 out of 10. So make of this what you want. Make of it what you want, or what you get, what you think it is, whether you will like it, whether you won't like it. I like it as an ale. I don't very much like it as a lager. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.